Hello, students. I am welcoming you all for the next chapter, that is biological classification. Before starting this chapter, I want to tell you one thing. Subscribe for my YouTube channel and join my WhatsApp channel. The link has been also given in the description box. Join that WhatsApp channel also for all biological updates. So let's start the chapter number 2, that is biological classification. So biological classification is a very important chapter. So in this chapter, you are going to study the different types of classification. That is two kingdom, three kingdom, four kingdom, five kingdom, and six kingdom types of classification. In that, first we are going to discuss about the concept of two kingdom system of classification. Before starting this, in this chapter, we are going to study the broad classification of living organism, and the totally biological classification is accepted is the Aristotle's kingdom classification. It was described by him in 1969. He proposed the five kingdom system of classification. They are namely Monera, Protista, Mycota, Plantae, and Animalia. Before going to the five kingdom system of classification, we need to discuss about the various types of classification. In that, first we are going to deal with the concept of two kingdom system of classification. In the Linnaeus time, in the time of Linnaeus, two kingdom system of classification was developed with the plants and animals. At the time of Linnaeus, two kingdom system of classification with including plants and animals was developed, and that classification included all the plants and animals respectively. At the time of Linnaeus, the two kingdom system of classification with the plants and animals developed, that included all the plants and animals respectively. So now let's discuss the merits of the two kingdom system of classification. As you know, this system is very basic because this system is having only two classifications, two kingdoms, that are namely Plantae and Animalia. So it is very basic classification. This system is very basic and helps the beginner, as this system helps the beginners to classify living organism into two groups. That two groups are namely Plantae and Animalia, plants and animals, as it is very helpful for the beginners to classify whichever the plants and whichever the animals. So this classification is very basic and helps the beginners easily classify the living organisms into two groups, that are namely plants and animals. This classification based on obvious characters. If the classification has to occur, then it has to follow the several characteristics. It is based on the several characteristics. This classification is mainly based on the characteristics such as movement and mode of nutrition. Mode of nutrition and movement plays a very much important role in the classification, in the biological classification. Mode of nutrition, there are several types are there. Autotrophic are there, heterotrophic are there. In autotrophic, other types are autotrophic, other types are chemoautotrophs will also come, and photoautotrophs will also come. And in heterotrophic, also several parasitic will come, saprophytic nutrition will also come. So the mode of nutrition and movement are the basis of this classification. Mode of nutrition and movement are the basis of this classification, which are easy to observe. As in case of plants and animals, the movement and mode of nutrition is very easy to observe. So this classification is very easy. When scientific knowledge was limited, when the scientific knowledge is limited, When that time the science that much was not developed, when the scientific knowledge was limited, this classification helped to organize living organisms for the first time. As this two kingdom system of classification helps helps to organize helps to organize organisms for the first time. Okay. Then moving to the demerits. The demerits of the two kingdom system of classification are it does not distinguish between eukaryotic and prokaryotic organisms. This system fails to distinguish between or to make the separate between prokaryotic and eukaryotic organisms. This system does not distinguish between eukaryotic and prokaryotic organisms. This system does not distinguish between unicellular and multicellular organisms. This system fails to make a distinguish between unicellular and multicellular organisms. Unicellular, as you know, unicellular are nothing but uni means single. The organisms which are composed of single cell are known as an unicellular organisms. While multicellular, multi means the organism which is composed of more than one cell that is referred as multicellular organism. The other demerits of this classification is it does not distinguish between unicellular and multicellular organisms. And the last point is that it does not distinguish between photosynthetic and non-photosynthetic organisms. As you know, photosynthetic organisms are green algae and non-photosynthetic organisms are fungi. This system does not distinguish between photosynthetic and non-photosynthetic organisms. As in this concept, we have studied about the two kingdom system of classification and as well as merits and demerits of two kingdom system of classification also. I hope you have cleared about this concept. Okay, starting with the next concept, that is three kingdom class system of classification, three kingdom system of classification. So in this three kingdom system of classification, three kingdoms that came into existence, they are namely Protista, Plantae, and Animalia. So let's discuss it. Ernest Haeckel, in the year of 1866, Ernest Haeckel is a German zoologist. In the year of 1866, he suggested that third kingdom Protista should be created. In the year of 1866, a German zoologist, the name of the German zoologist is Ernest Haeckel, he suggested that the third kingdom, that is Protista, should be created. That Protista should include all the unicellular microorganisms. As you know, unicellular means the organisms that are composed of single cell. The Protista should include all the unicellular microorganisms. That unicellular microorganisms that are neither typically a plant nor animal organisms. Organisms under the kingdom Protista. That all the unicellular microorganisms should be placed under the kingdom Protista. And also Ernest Haeckel included bacteria, algae, fungi, and protozoa also under the Protista. I hope you have cleared the first point that Ernest Haeckel in the year of 1866, as he is a German geologist, suggested that a third kingdom Protista should be created to include all the unicellular microorganisms, that unicellular microorganisms that are neither typically nor plants nor animals. He included that all unicellular microorganisms under the kingdom Protista. He included bacteria, algae, fungi, and protozoa also under the Protista. The three kingdoms given by him are the three kingdoms given by Ernest Haeckel in the year 1866 are Boscom Protista, Plantae, and Animalia and Animalia. So the three kingdoms given by Ernest Haeckel are Protista, Plantae, and Animalia. So moving to the next concept, that is four kingdom system of classification. The four kingdom system of classification has been given by the Copeland in the year of 1960, in the year of 1956. In the year of 1956, Copeland included all the prokaryotes. All the prokaryotes. Prokaryotes are nothing but they are not having defined nucleus. They are not having true nucleus. So that are generally named as prokaryotes. In the year of 1956, Copeland included all the prokaryotes. There are examples for prokaryotes are bacteria, cyanobacteria, etc. are the examples for the prokaryotes. Under the kingdom Monera, in the year of 1956, Copeland created another kingdom. That name of the kingdom is Monera. In Monera, he included all the prokaryotes. The example for prokaryotes are bacteria and cyanobacteria. He included all the prokaryotes under the kingdom Monera. The four kingdoms given by the Copeland are Monera, Protista, Plantae, and Animalia. These are the four kingdoms that are given by Copeland, that are namely Monera, Protista, Plantae, and Animalia. The main drawback or the demerit of this classification is fungi are not properly placed. As you are seeing here, the main drawback of this system is fungi are not properly placed. Fungi are not properly placed in this four kingdom system of classification, so that is the demerit of this classification. I hope you have cleared about the three kingdom system of classification also, as well as four kingdom system of classification. Now let's move to the another concept that is important concept, that is five kingdom system of classification. In this classification, five kingdoms came into existence. They are namely Monera, Protista, Mycota. Mycota is nothing but fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. The R.H. Whitaker is the one who have given the five kingdom system of classification. In the year of 1969, R.H. Whitaker proposed the five kingdom system of classification. In the year of 1969, R.H. Whitaker proposed the five kingdom system of classification. They are namely Monera, Protista, Mycota is nothing but fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. These are the five kingdoms given by the R.H. Whitaker in the year of 1969. The main criteria used for classification used by him are the main criteria that are used by him for this five kingdom system of classification are he used the criteria cell structure. Cell structure, they may be the organism may be prokaryotic or eukaryotic. So cell structure. Another criteria is thallus organization, whether the organism is simple or complex, whether they may be unicellular or multicellular. So another criteria used by him is mode of nutrition. The organism may be autotrophic or heterotrophic. So reproduction. The organism may reproduce through sexual, asexual, or vegetative reproduction also, or maybe by budding. So he used the reproduction is also as a criteria for classification and phylogenetic relationship. Phylogenetic relationship is nothing but that are the evolutionary relationships is nothing but phylogenetic relationships. The criteria used by R.H. Whitaker for five system of classification are cell structure, thallus organization, mode of nutrition, reproduction, and phylogenetic relationship. I hope you have cleared about the criteria that are used by R.H. Whitaker for the classification of five kingdom system of classification. So now let's discuss what is the need for five kingdom system of classification. Why five kingdom system of classification came into existence? Let's discuss it by one. Separation of fungi from the plants. It is the one of the important point you are seeing here. Separation of fungi from the plants. Here what happens is plants are autotrophic. As you know, plants are autotrophic. They prepare themselves their food, so they are autotrophic. The plants are autotrophic while fungi are heterotrophic. Fungi always depend on other organisms for the sake of food and shelter. Here what happens is plants are autotrophic and fungi are heterotrophic. So fungi are placed in their own distinct kingdom. Here what happens is fungi got separated from the plantae kingdom, so they are placed in their own distinct kingdom, that is kingdom. The fungi got separated from the plants, and that fungi are placed under the kingdom. That kingdom is named as kingdom fungi. I hope you have cleared about the first point. To distinguish between prokaryote and eukaryotic organisms. In the previous classification, they failed to distinguish between prokaryotic and eukaryotic organism. In this classification, prokaryotic and eukaryotic organism got distinguished, got separated. So, to distinguish between prokaryote and eukaryotes, this five-kingdom system of classification came into existence. Separation of unicellular from multicellular eukaryotes. In the two kingdom, three kingdom, and four kingdom system of classification, unicellular eukaryote does not got separated from the multicellular eukaryotes. As you know, unicellular eukaryotes are nothing but the organisms which are composed of single cell and having true nucleus, and multicellular eukaryotes are nothing but the organism which are composed of more than one cell and having true nucleus. In five kingdom system of classification, what happens is the unicellular eukaryote got separated from the multicellular eukaryotes. I hope you have cleared this point also. Better placement and coherence. The last point is better placement and coherence. This classification, which classification is five kingdom system of classification, offers better placement, better placement and also phylogenetically sound organization by classifying organisms. This classification, this five kingdom system of classification help to classify organisms based on their cell structure, body organization, mode of nutrition, as well as mode of reproduction and phylogenetic relationships. This classification provides better placement and coherence. I hope you have cleared the need for a five kingdom system of classification also. I hope you have cleared. Okay. Now let's discuss the merits of five kingdom system of classification one by one. The first merit of the five kingdom system of classification is fungi were placed in a separate kingdom fungi. As while explaining the needs for five kingdom system of classification only, I have explained about this point. The fungi were placed in a separate kingdom, that is kingdom fungi. All the prokaryotes placed under kingdom Monera. As you know, prokaryotes are nothing but they are not having well-defined nucleus. They are not having true nucleus. That type of organism are placed under the kingdom Monera, and all the unicellular eukaryotic organism. You know, unicellular eukaryotic organism is nothing but uni means single. The organisms that are composed of single cell, and eukaryotic is nothing but having true nucleus. The organisms that are composed of single cell and having true nucleus, that type of organisms that are placed under the kingdom Protista. All the prokaryotes placed under kingdom Monera and all the unicellular eukaryotic organisms placed under the kingdom Protista. I hope you have cleared about the concept of merits also. Second point, all the prokaryotes placed under kingdom Monera and all the unicellular eukaryotic organisms placed under the kingdom Protista. The last point is this system not only reflects morphological, as you know, morphological is nothing but external features or external characters. This system does not reflect only morphological, physiological, and reproductive similarities. This classification does not only reflect morphological, physiological, reproductive similarities, but it is also phylogenetical. As in case of two kingdom, three kingdom, four kingdom system of classification, they are not phylogenetic, but this five kingdom system of classification is a phylogenetic system of classification. As you are getting doubt that what is phylogenetic? Phylogenetic is nothing but it is based on the evolutionary histories, which is based on the evolutionary relationships. So this classification is overall approved biological classification. I hope you have cleared about the concept of merits of the five kingdom system of classification. Also, now let's discuss the characteristics of five kingdom system of classification. Now let's discuss the characteristics of five kingdom system of classification. The characters that are mainly cell type, cell wall, nuclear membrane, body organization, mode of nutrition. These are the characteristics of five kingdom system of classification. So, in case of Monera, the cell type is prokaryotic. In case of Protista, the cell type is eukaryotic. In case of fungi, the cell type is eukaryotic. In case of Plantae, the cell type is eukaryotic. In case of Animalia, is also eukaryotic. Prokaryotic means they are not having well-defined nucleus. They are not having two nucleus. And in case of eukaryotes, they are having well-defined nucleus and they are having two nucleus. So I hope you have cleared about the cell type of all the five kingdom system of classification. Now let's move on to the cell wall. In case of the Monera, the cell wall is non-cellulosic. In case of Protista, the cell wall is present in some of the organism and also absent in the some of the organism. So in case of Protista, cell wall is present in some of the organisms. In case of the fungi, the cell wall is present, but it is without the cellulose. Without the cellulose, cell wall is present in the fungi. In case of Plantae, the cell wall is present with the composition of cell wall. And in case of the Animalia, the cell wall is absent. In case of the animal kingdom, the cell wall is absent. In case of the nuclear membrane, in the kingdom Monera, nuclear membrane is absent. In the kingdom Monera, nuclear membrane is absent. In the kingdom Protista, nuclear membrane is present. In the kingdom Fungi, nuclear membrane is present. In the Plantae also, nuclear membrane is present. In the kingdom Animalia also, nuclear membrane is present. The other characteristic is body organization. Whether the organism that are composed of cellular level or organ level or organ system level. So let's discuss it. In case of Monera, the body organization is cellular type. In case of Protista, the body organization is also cellular type. In case of fungi, the body organization is multicellular type of body organization is present in the fungi. In case of Plantae, the body organization is tissue or organ is body organization. In case of Plantae, in case of Animalia, the body organization that may be tissue or organ system type of body organization is present in the kingdom Animalia. And then the mode of nutrition, the last characteristic is mode of nutrition. In the kingdom Monera, both autotrophic as well as heterotrophic mode of nutrition is present. As you know, autotrophic means the organisms which are capable of producing their own food, and heterotrophic means they always depend on the other organism for the sake of food shelter. So in case of kingdom Monera, there are both the mode of nutrition are present. One is autotrophic, and other one second type is heterotrophic also present. In case of kingdom Protista, both mode of nutrition are present. They are autotrophic and heterotrophic. In case of fungi, only heterotrophic mode of nutrition is present. Fungi can't prepare their own food, so they always depend on the other organism for the sake of food. So they are heterotrophic mode of nutrition. And in case of the Plantae are always autotrophic mode of nutrition. They always exhibit autotrophic mode of nutrition because they always produce their own food through the process of photosynthesis with the help of sunlight. So they are autotrophic. Plantae always exhibit autotrophic mode of nutrition. And in case of kingdom Animalia, they are heterotrophic. The kingdom animalia always exhibit heterotrophic mode of nutrition because they always depend on the other organism for the sake of food. I hope you have cleared about the characteristic of the all five kingdom system of classification. The characters that are namely cell type, cell wall, nuclear membrane, body organization, mode of nutrition, and also I have written all the information about all the characteristics that are included in five kingdom system of classification also. I hope you have cleared about this concept. Okay. Now moving to the last concept of today's class, that is sixth kingdom classification. Sixth kingdom system of classification. As you know, Carl Wood is the scientist who proposed the sixth kingdom system of classification. The sixth kingdom system of classification, they are first one is Archaebacteria, second one is Eubacteria, third one is Protista, fourth one is fungi. Fungi is nothing but mycota. Fifth one is plantae. Sixth one is animalia. These Archaebacteria and Eubacteria are the type of Monera only. So Carl Wood is the scientist who proposed a six kingdom system of classification. They are Archaebacteria, Eubacteria, Protista. Mycota is nothing but fungi only, plantae and animalia. The separation of Archaebacteria and Eubacteria was on the basis of some major differences that are absence of peptidoglycan cell walls. The Archaebacteria and Eubacteria got separated based on the absence of peptidoglycan cell walls and also based on the sequence of 16S ribosomal RNA genes. These are the 2 points why the Archaebacteria and Eubacteria got separated from each other. As this is the sixth kingdom system of classification proposed by Carl Wood, but however, five kingdom of system of classification is worldwide accepted biological classification. So in upcoming classes, let's discuss about the types of five kingdom system of classification under Monera, which type of bacteria will come. Like that, we will discuss all that concepts in upcoming classes. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.